Have you ever looked at your dog and thought, what are you thinking? Sometimes they might be thinking about more than just their next treat or a game of fetch. What if they were thinking about the weather? Can your furry best friend actually know a storm is coming long before you see a single dark cloud in the sky? It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but many dog owners will tell you it's absolutely true. They see their dogs act strangely, pacing, whining, hiding, and then, like clockwork, the weather takes a turn. Imagine this scene. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. You're planning a barbecue, but your dog is not feeling the sunny vibes. Instead of chasing his favorite ball, he's hiding under the kitchen table, shivering. He won't come out, not even for his favorite bacon-flavored snack. You check the weather app on your phone. Clear skies. But Buster seems to know something your phone doesn't. A few hours later, the sky suddenly darkens. The wind picks up. Windows rattle. A huge thunderstorm rolls in. Booming thunder, flashes of lightning. The barbecue is definitely off. You look over at Buster, still huddled under the table. How did he know? He didn't have a weather satellite or a fancy app. He just had his doggy senses. Stories like Buster's happen all over the world with all kinds of dogs. Their world is full of sounds we can't hear, smells we can't smell, and feelings we can't feel. By paying attention to their behavior, we might get a sneak peek into their world. Let's dive into the science behind this amazing canine ability. We're going to investigate how their incredible senses give them a heads up about what's brewing on the horizon. Science is cool. To understand how dogs might predict the weather, we need to think about their senses. A dog's senses are like superpowers compared to ours. They experience the world in a much more intense and detailed way. While we humans rely mostly on our sight, dogs have a whole toolkit of amazing abilities that help them navigate their environment. Their hearing is sharper. Their sense of smell is mind-bogglingly powerful. They can even feel things that we are completely unaware of. First, let's talk about that incredible nose. A dog's sense of smell is their primary sense. It's how they see the world. The part of a dog's brain that processes smells is about 40 times larger than ours. This means they can detect scents at concentrations we can't even imagine. Think of it this way. If you can smell a spoonful of sugar in your coffee, a dog could smell that same spoonful of sugar in 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. This powerful sniffer is not just for finding lost toys. It might also pick up the unique scents that come with changing weather. Next up is their hearing. Dogs can hear a much wider range of frequencies than humans can. We can hear sounds between about 20 and 20,000 hertz. Dogs, on the other hand, can hear sounds all the way up to 65,000 hertz. They can also hear sounds from much farther away. A distant rumble of thunder, too low or too far away for our ears to pick up, might sound like a clear signal to a dog. Their ears, which can move independently, act like radar dishes, pinpointing the source of these faint sounds. Finally, there's a sense that's a bit more mysterious. Their ability to feel changes in the air itself. We're talking about barometric pressure, which is the weight of the air pressing down on us. Dogs might be more sensitive to the subtle drops in air pressure that often happen right before a storm rolls in. They might also be able to feel changes in static electricity in the atmosphere. For a dog, this could feel like a strange tingling in their fur, or an uncomfortable sensation on their skin, warning them that something is about to change in their environment. Let's get specific about that super sniffer. How can a dog's nose tell it a storm is on the way? It all comes down to chemistry. Before a rainstorm, the air chemistry changes. Lightning, even when it's miles away, can split nitrogen and oxygen. These molecules then reform into ozone. Ozone has a distinct, sharp, metallic smell. You might have smelled it yourself right after a big thunderstorm. It's that clean smell in the air. Because a dog's nose is so incredibly sensitive, they can likely smell this ozone long before we can. This ability is thanks to the amazing structure of their noses. Infographic cross-section of a dog's snout compared to a human's, highlighting the larger olfactory area. A dog's nose has up to 300 million olfactory receptors, while we humans only have about 6 million. That's a huge difference. When a dog inhales, it separates the air into 2 paths. One path goes to the lungs for breathing, the other goes to a special area in the back of the nose dedicated just to smelling. This allows them to continuously analyze scents in the air without interrupting their breathing. They are quite literally smelling all the time. This constant stream of scent information gives them an edge in detecting subtle atmospheric changes. Another scent a dog might pick up on is geosmin, the earthy smell of rain. This scent is produced by bacteria in the soil called actinomycetes. When the humidity in the air rises just before it rains, it helps release these geosmin molecules into the air. We can smell it too, but usually only after the rain has started to fall. A dog with its superior smelling ability could potentially detect these molecules as they begin to lift off the ground, giving them a heads up that rain is imminent. It's like getting an early notification that the earth is preparing for a shower. So, when you see your dog sniffing the air intently before a storm, they aren't just being curious, they are gathering data. They are reading the chemical story written on the wind. The combination of ozone from distant lightning and the earthy scent of rising humidity creates a unique smellscape that to a dog means storms coming. This isn't magic, it's just amazing biology at work. Their nose is a highly advanced piece of scientific equipment, constantly analyzing the world in ways we can only begin to understand. Consider that. So, we have all these amazing stories and some pretty cool scientific ideas. But what do the experts, the scientists who study animal behavior, have to say? For a long time, this topic was considered more folklore than fact. However, as we learn more about animal senses, more scientists are taking the idea seriously. Most experts agree that dogs aren't psychic or magical. They don't have a mystical sixth sense for weather. Instead, they are simply using their known five senses in ways that are far superior to our own. It's not paranormal, it's just phenomenal biology. With a topic as cool as this, some myths are bound to pop up. It's important to separate the fascinating facts from the fun but false fiction. Let's bust a few common myths about our four-legged weather watchers. One of the biggest myths is that all dogs can predict the weather. While many dogs do show sensitivity, it's not a universal trait. Breed, age, individual temperament, past experiences, these factors can all play a role. Another popular myth is that dogs have a sixth sense or psychic ability to see the future. It's a great story, but it's not supported by science. The explanation is in their five extraordinary senses. Science is the real magic here. Now for some fun, the connection between dogs and the weather is full of amazing and surprising facts. Did you know that some dog breeds might be better weather predictors than others? Breeds that were originally developed for hunting or herding. Here's a cool one. The term dog days of summer has an astronomical origin. It refers to the period when Sirius, the dog star, rises with the sun. Consider this. A dog's wet nose isn't just for looking cute, it's a scent detecting tool. Moisture on the nose traps scent particles from the air. And one last tidbit. In 2013, a U.S. poll found nearly half of pet owners believed their pet could predict the weather. So what can we learn from all of this? The most important lesson is to pay attention to our pets. They are communicating with us all the time, not just with barks, tail wags, but with their entire bodies and behaviors. When your dog starts acting strangely for no obvious reason, it's worth taking a moment to consider why. Are they trying to tell you something about the world that you're missing? By observing them, we can learn to be more in tune with our own environment and the subtle changes happening all around us. This understanding also helps us be better pet owners. If we know that our dog's storm anxiety is caused by a real and overwhelming sensory experience, we can be more empathetic and proactive in helping them. We can create a safe space for them, like a cozy crate with blankets, play calming music to mask distant rumbles, or use a special anxiety vest that provides comforting pressure. Our dogs enrich our lives in so many ways. They give us love, companionship, and a reason to get outside for a walk. But they also offer us a different perspective. They remind us that the human experience of the world is not the only one. They experience a reality that is richer in smells and sounds, a world where the future can be sniffed on the wind and heard in the vibrations of the earth. It's a humbling and beautiful reminder that there is always more to learn, and sometimes the best teachers are the ones sleeping at our feet. So, the next time the sky is blue but your dog is acting blue, maybe take their forecast seriously. Look to the horizon. Check the weather radar. And thank your furry friend for the potential heads up. They are a living, breathing testament to the wonders of the natural world and the incredible biology of life on Earth. And that brings me to my final question for you. Does your dog have any special weather predicting behaviors? What's the most amazing thing your dog has ever done to warn you that a change was on the way? Consider it. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.